Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing with this format is that Modern Horizons 2 is a huge influx for Cube, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, with Modern itself, like, Monkey has been big, or Saga has been big, things like that. I think the not Delver Dragon thing that, like,
Murktide Regent.
there's been a couple things that have been obviously, shown up, but, like, reprinting Upheaval doesn't do anything for Constructed. But
But for actually, there are upheaval decks in Modern, but I get
did
what you
they?
mean. Upheaval's a great card for Cube.
Yeah. Okay, Upheaval's strong enough that I do suspect there are people who will try to make it work in
They're not
Modern.
good, I
That's
guess is what I
right,
should
right.
say. Yeah,
Like
but there are people are playing it because
I
it's Modern.
I don't expect Wake to be a deck people play in Modern when Tron exists, right? Like why on earth are you playing that first, right?
I think Tron is actually kind of doing crappy right now.
I would
Tron
assume
does great when people are playing grindy decks.
that does not seem to be the case from the
Yeah.
limited bits I have seen. Uh, but yeah, hi, I'm here. Gnome's here.
I'm Gnomebitten.
Yep.
What are we doing today, Jens?
We are. Oh, get off that one. Get off that one. Yeah, this buddy.
We're doing Modern Cube,
Modern
which used to
Cube.
suck, but now has a bunch of Modern Horizons 2 cards in it, which means it's like a Legacy Cube now. Because Modern is just Legacy without wind.
Yeah, it's like no true force, no wasteland.
No days. Although Legacy might become Legacy without days.
Really?
There's the Delver decks have reached a critical mass where something has to go, and it's just a question of what.
Mm.
And I don't know. And people always call for days because people are wieners and don't like playing under days. But I don't know what else it would be. It would either be the card Delver of Secrets, or
Sort of unrelated, but I want to mention it now because it's something I'm thinking about. Um, I saw the most hilarious combo yesterday.
there's a card called Suspend, which is one blue to exile target creature,
That
give it
is.
suspend, put two or three time.
That's what I'm trying to find, but I here it is. So yeah,
Yes.
exile target creature, time counters if it doesn't have suspend against suspend.
And stand still. Yes. Now stand still is a card I love a lot.
Which,
I
like,
love stand still.
that combo is very dumb.
Yeah, you can just have swords unless they want you to draw 3 cards.
Yep.
Now the actual thing to do is just break the standstill with a Wheel of Fortune.
Always,
You can't do,
always break the standstill. I mean, if you wait.
yeah,
Really,
unless you got it depends on what your deck is playing, but absolutely just break the standstill when you can.
like
Your opponent is put standstill on their deck, so
the
they are
yeah. The
they
point
do
when
not
you
have a way to
don't.
break it.
The only point I can think of where you don't is like I control Mishra's factory.
Or
Yeah,
if you play standstill against lands, they don't care, right?
They can't get like cool.
It's like okay, it's like fine. I just won't cast Life from the Loam.
Yeah, I guess I'm not gambling for life from the loam.
I guess I'm
Which
not playing Life for the Loam. I'll just have to use. I'll break standstill with a crop rotation for dark steps. How about that? Anyways, none of those cards are in this cube.
No.
Suspend is though, and there's probably some. Well, there's Teferi. Teferi will
You
destroy.
can use suspend with your own Muldrifter effects too for neat interactions.
Yeah, but just using Teferi, which is a card you should probably be playing anyways, and just that'll destroy the creature because they will be unable to cast it during their upkeep because it'll break regular. That is right?
Teferi, you can't cast suspend through spells through
Yeah,
Teferi.
that's what I thought.
It was one of the things that made that Teferi really goddamn annoying back in the day. The only time you can cast spells under that Teferi is your main phase, empty stack.
So like breaks off hideaway lands, breaks off suspend, breaks off all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
Cascade.
Anything that's a counterspell.
I'm just thinking of weird card casting.
Uh, nope, it's gone.
I don't
Yeah.
know what you were referring to. All I was looking is that, man, Caleb's played a lot of Cube already.
So yeah, I don't know what I don't even know like what archetypes look like in this. I'm just here to
Like
jump
some
in.
kind of blue-green deck. There's actual Reanimator this time around. If you try, because like Persist, Unmarked Grave.
Ooh. Okay.
But both Persist and not Unmarked Grave have specific text on them that makes them a little less exciting for Cube. Yeah, they both say non-legendary.
Yes.
Because they knew.
Because, well,
They knew if they put Exhume into Modern, people would be reanimating Gristlebrand.
Grizzlebrand, it's Grizzlebrand. Hey, how you doing? My name's Grizzlebrand. I'm in play now. Like, that's just what happens.
That's why they should have Goryo's Vengeance.
Now I'm thinking about the fact that the card has Splice.
Which card?
Goryo's Vengeance.
Goryo's Vengeance does have one of the many cards with Splice that it never came up.
Like what? Yeah.
The only cards with Splice that have ever come up are Through the Breach.
Has that ever come up?
It has.
I desperate rid onto it.
That kind of thing has happened before. And I think that's literally it.
I'm sure it's provable that that's happened before. Cranial Extraction was arcane.
It was arcane, yes.
I remember that. That was, if I remember right, it was arcane, and that was why it didn't get a reprint. It became Memoricide on the reprint, which let you play 8 copies of Cranial Extraction. One of my favorite stories of sideboarding I ever got to do was I brought a Battle of Wits deck to a Modern event and didn't know what I wanted to sideboard, and just decided to make my sideboard 15 copies of Cranial Extraction. It was 4 Cranial Extraction, 3 Memoricide, 4 Extirpate, 3, and then 4 Surgical Extraction. What are we picking here?
There's not a lot of really exciting cards. The Sword is the most generic choice.
Yeah.
Courser's the good green card. Bergie is good on both halves. Massacre Worm is good against creature decks. There is generic removal.
Yeah, God, I don't know that I've ever played with Bergie. But like, is that sort of combo deck real in this?
I don't know. The Sword seems the most generically good.
Yeah,
It'll go in most decks. It's one of the good ones.
We're in a world where the Sword is going to be playable too, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think I would pick Courser. Okay, well.
We'll just continue picking generic cards that'll go in any deck.
Yeah, best cards in here. This one actually has a lot more cards I like to see.
Actually, you want to move it on that Glenelendra Archmage?
Yeah, that was the other one I was looking at, because Archmage is that.
I might pass a Worm Coil in. Oh, the Worm Coil will make our deck no matter what, and will be very good.
Yeah.
The Glenelendra, if we play it, is like a beating.
Tron is not in the cube. That's impossible to draft.
Yeah, Tron's pretty hard to draft.
Yeah, but
I think it's one of those two.
Yeah, Glenn, Mentor is the third card of power in here. There's a lot of white in this. I'm interested in kind of.
There's some good little bitty bit cards in here, and there's some fun ideas, but really it's the raw power of Glenelendra versus the raw power of Wormcoil Engine, I think. Yeah, Flicker Wisp plus the Revel Arc.
Okay.
The Vista is a free pick.
Yeah,
Tar-
that's just a freebie.
Tarmogoyf's pretty good. If we don't pick up that Devoted Druid, we'll have passed the person to our left 3 mana creatures in a row, which will probably cement them in green. None of those mana creatures are that good, but
Yeah. Looks here like that's probably something that's going to happen regardless.
mhm. uh, Lingering
Lingering
Souls is a
Souls.
thing. Goyf is okay. Warboss is pretty good. Opt is playable, but this is just like a free pick, right?
Yeah, one of the things I like about Lingering Souls is that it is bodies that hold those swords nicely.
Yes, they
Um,
are very good for our swords.
I'm gonna go with, again. We are. This is the most like. Wait,
We're very loosey goosey. We're
wait
waiting for
for it.
signals.
Wait for it. Red. All right. Huh.
Okay, Huntmaster has to be pretty okay in these cubes. The power of this card goes up and down. Dragon's Rage's Channeler is a very interesting card.
I see Dragon Rage's Channeler and Delver in the same pack, which is very funny to me.
Yeah.
I like Dragon Rage's Channeler knowing that we have Vista already.
Well, one an artifact or an enchantment to sack, but
Yeah.
yes, because the card's not very good unless you can get Delirium. It's like Delver not being very good unless you can flip it.
Yeah.
The Phoenix has to be okay, right? Or we could pick Obliterator. No one will draft that deck but
No
us.
one will draft that deck but us.
We would have wanted that Vampire Knight, but add that card in my wheel. I don't know. Go with your heart. I think there's a fine thing to go here. Even the white cards are fine here.
This is a bad choice.
Okay, we're making our Prismatic Vista an empty pit. Next to the coffers. Yeah, we're gonna try out Black Devotion, and we can jump ship if we can't have to.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Okay.
Croxa wouldn't be bad either.
No, the Croxa was the first card I saw in here, and I thought, okay, that's a good. Because, like, the red in that last pack said a lot of red open, and Croxa would be a good side.
Here's a question.
Do we table the Gary, right?
Would we try to table the Gray Merchant? Or do we pick that and try to table the Cabal?
I want to try to table the coffers.
All right, we'll try to table the coffers.
Because I think it's more likely we can table the coffers. That's tough.
It's funny that Vista was the fetch we got, because you can play splashes with Obliterator, but not with Prismatic Vista. You want something that can fetch a duel for it. Frankel's pretty okay.
Rankle's fine. Where's Luris?
Actually, Luris?
Luris. We can't. This is a main deck Luris, but
It'd be a main deck Luris, but
that's still like there's likely things we'll find for a main deck Luris.
if we had something that would let us, if we had something that made shitters to sack to Rankle, I'd be a lot more interested in Rankle. But that we don't have shitters, it would just be using it as it is.
Yeah, if we had like Rabble Knight, there was a Legion War Boss that would go well.
Bitter Blossom would be the best.
Okay.
I mean, Bitter Blossom's also just very good
Yeah.
in this style of deck. So I am not that sad to see that at all. Bitter Blossom, use it. Yeah, Grizzard is. How many cards are in this pack? If we picked up Cabal Coffers, we could cast Grizzlebrand.
That'd feel bad. Like it'll feel annoying if we do get the coffers back and I don't have Grizzard, but Bitter Blossom is just so
Bitter
powerful.
Blossom will win more games than Grizzlebrand will, I think. Bloodghast?
Yeah,
Or Vindicate? Bloodghast is black pips. It holds a sword pretty well.
Yeah.
We have a fetch land for it, so we're making our Bloodghast.
My
do
bit
you like
was
the Vindicate?
Yeah, I like the Vindicate, and I was thinking like maybe if we see the Lingering Souls back, that's an option. But honestly,
pick the Vindicate again. I think Bloodghast is just okay. Vindicate is a higher upside.
all right, let's get this and see if it works. Right, like.
Pick up a Woodland Cemetery.
Yeah, that's just in case of movement.
Because we can just not play the Phyrexian Obliterator if it comes to it.
Okay.
Knight of the Ebon Legion is pretty damn good, though. So is Westvale Abbey.
Yes, especially like blossoms here. I kind of like Night, especially with Luris, though.
Yeah, Knight is actually a pretty quick clock by itself. That's your Jiroka's command for our
For the
Obliterator.
Obliterator. Oh, boy.
Yeah, in our 3-color Obliterator deck,
Uh-huh.
yes. Uh,
Yeah, let's take Night.
yeah,
White's
I'm into
quite
this stuff.
open. Hexmage and Murderous Cut.
Hexmage and Murderous Cut. Which one's better?
I feel like we'll get more Murderous Cut style effects.
Yeah, there was a Doomblade around, but that was actually last pack. Dreadbore, sure.
I think next pack should be
Next pack is
Coffers.
Coffers.
Ha
Coffers Wield.
ha.
Okay. Spectral Procession, technically castable.
Yeah, off that Coffers.
Yeah, our Cabal Costers casting our white
White card.
Yeah.
Alright. Vindicate is unlikely, but like if I find like another fetch and like a Godless Shrine, something like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Grizzlebrand and Rankle both got picked, but that's fine. I might, because the card with the pack with Rankle had just a bunch of Sedgemoor Witch. Now it only procs off instants and sorceries.
Yeah. Read the bones.
Read the Bones, Walking Ballistas, Solemn Simulacrum. Milliken wouldn't be that good.
Yeah, Sedgemoor Witch, now that I'm looking at the deck, sadly, because it's instant and sorceries, is not huge.
Yeah. It could get there, but here's your friendly reminder that Bribery was an 8th edition.
8th edition. If there's ever a card... So before Modern Horizons, the answer was, wait, that's in Modern?
It was an
8th edition. That was every single card you thought that of. Now maybe.
So we could pick up the Witch. We could pick up Walking Ballista. It does work well with Luris. There's also just Read the Bones is also... Yeah, it does also work well with Cabal Coffers.
Yeah. Read the Bones is also just fine.
Yeah, I think Read the Bones might wheel.
That's what I'm feeling.
Or we get like a Sign in Blood or something like that. Walking Ballista is just generically good. It can wield a Sword of Fire and Ice. Mind Shatter! Okay, well...
Is that
There's some okay white cards in here. Sorcerer's Spyglass is probably main deckable, but probably not.
Yeah.
It might be Mind Shatter. In our Cabal Coffers deck.
It's easy enough to get it. It's sad because there's Rakdos Return next to it, but like because of our setup, we can't splash.
Or at least not splash red as well. Okay, other cards in here. There's Binding of the Old Gods, Restoration Angel, Cast Out.
Yeah, Binding, we do have like Woodland Cemetery, Vista.
And you have to play a forest
I have to
for
play
it.
a forest for it.
Green source.
Yeah, the resto would be like Blinking Gray Merchant sort of thing. I'm gonna try to commit to the mono black. That's a way better.
Yeah, Profane Command is a pretty good X spell.
That's something I'm way. This is a fireball.
It's a fireball and kill a creature and a draw spell and it's a fear spell.
Fear.
You might actually get to use fear. The fear plus fireball is what you use to kill your opponent.
Yep. We can recur Gray Merchant plus lose X life as well.
Skyte's probably not wheeling, but that'd be a pretty good card for the deck too.
Yeah.
Well, there's our replacement.
This is probably fine as a replacement.
Replacement to our the Bloodghast.
Bloodghast, yeah.
You have to cast Skyclave Shade, but it has an extra point of power, and you can kick it pretty easily late game just to get a large creature.
Yeah, to get a 5 power. So I'm looking at. I'm also seeing where like single black cards in each of these packs. We might be a little bit dry here, but that's okay.
Bobby. I'm glad to get Bobby. Mimic Vout is an interesting card.
Yeah, especially like with a couple of the bits we have. Chalice sadly is not as interesting to me.
Yeah, because we're a devotion deck.
Yeah.
But Bobby is quite good. Bobby holds a sword like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
would like to find Sword of Feast and Famine.
yes.
Obviously, body of mine to be asking too much. There's Light and
Line
Shadow.
Shadow, Night Veil.
Night Veil Spectre and Riding Regisaur. Regisaur probably is too bad. It
Yeah.
does kill very quickly, but Night Veil Spectre.
You might think of this card as something that's a little over, like oh wow, there's that other Spectre that's just way better, but Triple Black Pit is a lot.
Triple. This was actually the
This was
standard
very
deck.
good, yeah.
The Night Veil Spectre plus Grey Merchant deck. Plus, unlike Thief of Sanity, you can play lands off Night Veil Spectre.
Masses thank you very much for the sub. Is there anything in Modern that combos with Hex Mage? Dark Depths.
Not in Modern.
Well, no, sorry, not Modern. That in my mind, I just was like, yeah, Dark Depths, right?
Yeah. Hexmage combos by killing Mutavault or Shadow Spear. Duplicant, actually.
Duplicate, actually? I kind of like Shadow Spear.
Shadow Spear is pretty good. Duplicant is just a Necrotal.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain just went to that because when I think of Modern, I think of a different world.
Yeah. Granted, Depths was once Modern legal.
That's why I think of it. Here's Downfall.
Here's our actual Necrotal.
It's probably better than... Well, Downfall is...
Because we have equipment, I kind of value
board
the
presence.
creature.
Yeah.
Being able to kill a Planeswalker is pretty good, but we already have Vampire Hexmage.
Okay, and the Read the Bones.
So at base, this is a
3/2
with Menace that's hard, that you have to pay life to kill. Actually, speaking of, that Immortal Sun. You have no Planeswalkers. We're probably not going to get any.
It's a bit of a pain with Bob, but...
Oh yeah, then go ahead and pick the Sedgemoor Witch then.
It's very powerful.
It's weird, we're a Coffers deck and we're also a Bob deck. Okay, pick your choice of what we might splash. Find Finality is technically castable. You could play the Verdant Catacombs.
I can play the Soul's Dust.
Yeah, but we can play the Woodland Cemetery to splash. Wow, nobody's on Avengers into car.
Oh, I'm actually kind of happy about that one. Yo.
I'm
gonna go with Regisaur.
Yeah. Hey, Mutavault.
Hey, that might not make it, cause depending on how super dedicated I am, but
yeah,
it probably does. I'm not that dedicated to like. There was a rule of like when you built a Cryptic Command deck, like like how many Mutavaults do you play in your Cryptic Command deck, right? Like
as many as possible, as it turns out.
Yeah,
it's all made. It's all made. Okay, what do we got here?
Flay Essence, Revoker, Liliana,
and Lily. Okay, what does Liliana do?
Liliana is
flips on death, makes a zombie, then plus each player discard
at -X res, -8. All your creatures are like.
She's probably fine. Flay Essence is sorcery speed, but is also fine.
Yeah.
Revoker is slower on the curve, answers a lot of problems kind of generically.
One of the things I like about Liliana here is that we actually do have this low curve that we might be able to, like, use aggressively here. Like, we're not controlling, we're actually pushing, and Liliana's actually pretty good if our opponent's trying to make, like, trades.
Plus her plus and minus do play into each other. You can resurrect the creatures that you pitch.
I like the Revoker here, too. I'm gonna go with this. Batter Skull, Woe Strider.
Woe Strider, Whip's probably too slow.
Don't hate Woe Strider.
It's two creatures that can hold a Sword of Fire. Nice.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to go with the Batter Skull, so it would just be Batter Skull.
Woe Strider might just be better than Witch in this deck.
Yeah, I think Witch can. I think Woe Strider's better than Witch. It's also a sack outlet for our Liliana.
True.
Turok, Dread Cantor. So if you kick this guy, you get him to Turok. There's also a Fatal Push in here.
There's also a Fatal Push in here. One fetch.
Yeah, we have one fetch. So we would be Just destroying target creature with power 2 or less a lot. I
Yeah.
don't hate Karn in these styles of decks.
No, that card is pretty low. I am interested in picking our buddy here because it's the newer
It is, and
card.
Pro White can be very relevant. Um, it doesn't care where the discard comes from, so it does play with our Liliana,
Yeah.
and it's just a 4 mana him to Turok. We actually no, we're playing Mind Shatter. We got to play our buddy Turok with our Mind Shatter, right?
Sheldred, Persist, huh?
Hmm.
None of these are all way too big. This might
Yeah,
be just grab the polluted Delta and call it a
this
game.
this might be playing Polluted Delta to shrink our deck.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Um,
Plus we're playing a Shade, so landfall does do something for us.
yeah.
Persist and a bunch of creatures you can't persist. There's no persistable creatures in this pack.
Like, right, like, no, you, non-legendary. No, 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 no. None of the creatures in this pack are persistible.
Yep.
So,
They didn't want. They knew Grizzlebrand would happen if they did this, so they didn't do that. Liliana of the Veil, or Kites. Well, we picked up Turok, so we got to pick up Liliana. I like Kitesail Freebooter.
I love Freebooter. It's a good card, but Liliana's also, as you say, I understand.
Plus, it's remove. Liliana does everything, but this is hard.
It is. It's not free.
Can we trade a pick for this? Can we
Uh,
trade Sedgemoor Witch or Vindicate for Liliana of the Veil? Inquisition.
Inquisition.
I'm happy to have some interaction.
This card whips, by the way.
I'm a big Eldest Reborn fan.
This card was the way I won every Dominaria draft. If you opened this, if you saw it, you picked it. I don't care.
Card.
You splash
Under any
it.
circumstance.
You always picked it. You always splashed it.
Yeah, this card was on the FT scale. It was a 5. So
Every single deck I played it in, and it was like you'd have two of them, and it would just be like, "What the hell is this card that's like a 3-for-1?"
Ooh, Gifted Aetherborn. Yeah, Bone Shards is okay. It's
I'm
Bone Splinters, but you can.
I'm really interested in this to offset some of the life loss, and also as a really nice
It's
Luris.
pips. It's cheap.
It's
Yeah,
pips.
it's just all around good card.
Yeah. All right. This is our last new card. Look at. I will accept.
Night's Whisper.
We
This
did.
is This is actually an interesting choice. Night's Whisper or Treasure Map.
Yeah.
Probably just Night's Whisper, right?
I'm gonna go with Knight's Whisper because I want it to be more direct in this deck. This deck doesn't feel like one I'm doing fiddly stuff in.
Yeah, Treasure Map. I
love
just
it.
remember the good old days of playing Treasure Map in Mono Red, Aggro, and Standard. Remember doing that?
Yeah.
Where you were playing just balls to the wall. Whoa, I had no idea that card would wheel. That card is not wheelable usually because it goes in every deck.
Usually this is every deck. Anyway.
Mirari's Way.
This card rules, by the way. I love this card.
Feast of Fell Rights.
This is this is almost on burial rights, but being on a creature sort of shifts it a little bit. You pay life for it, obviously, but
Take your pick. We're not playing that, but it's interesting.
yeah. I mean, I could do the old.
We've done that before years.
Yeah, it's
like,
been a
not even a year
long
ago.
time on that one.
Sorry, Plowender. Pick a Tech Edge for the board.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to persist. Or Maelstrom Pulse. Well, I guess we took every black card, so. No, somebody took that Fatal Push.
Somebody took that fatal push. Yo!
Da-da-da-da!
Thank you.
Magnetic Sinkhole, strange to see. That card's very good. Okay, nobody's playing white aggro.
No, but no, but yeah.
So we felt we're a little light. Well, we were a little light on interaction, but now
We have a little for a black deck. We're light on board interaction because those are the cards everyone takes, right? Like everybody splashes the black kill spells.
But we have a fair amount of hand disruption and Okay.
I don't know if that worm coil makes it in this deck. Don't mind
Let's
me.
take.
I'm just kind of. Actually,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Define finality as an edge. I think that might be a sideboard card.
I'm putting. This is literally just playables. I'm hiding anything that's unplayable
Yeah.
that I don't want to be touching.
So let's start with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. To keep that in mind, designing this rhyme to explain it through time.
All I
Yes.
know.
Start with the things we know we're playing.
Low Strider.
This is a deck archetype that they've put in a bunch of cubes, and it's usually quite bad. The Black Devotion deck.
Yeah.
Because usually what happens is there's not enough black cards in your pool to really support it. Because like if 3 players are in black, it's really hard to do that.
All right. So this is
This is 20.
20.
If we want more low end creatures, Skyclave Shade and Revoker are both just playable. If we want to go over the top, we've got Worm Coil Engine as a resilient 6-drop.
3 things that trigger Sedgemoor Witch.
Yeah, Sedgemoor Witch is right out.
Sad about that. That should have been that should have been the Sun. I think. Then I don't think I'd main the Sun, but I'd board it against Walker deck.
Yeah, I don't think we have to play Mind Shatter because we've got Liliana and Liliana to support Turok.
Before, like I would have liked it with Turok, but now that we have 2 Lilianas, like I don't care anymore.
We're also very creature heavy because some of those non-creatures down there are actually creatures like that.
Blossom.
So one more card. We got Skyclave Shade. We've got Rotting Regisaur. We've got okay. What cards do we have for Mimic Vat?
That's what I'm looking at. So it's like Chupacabra, Grey Merchant, Strider, and those are the only ones that we get real advantage out of.
Yeah.
Might just be Shade as another
Is this a
aggressive
resilient
threat.
Here's one thing. If we don't play Skyclave Shade, we can just not play the fetch lands. Not have to pay life for that.
Sure.
If we do play the Skyclave, we play the 2 fetches and pay a little bit of life. But that also nominally thins our deck.
I'm okay with that.
So what's our mana base looking like?
Oh,
That's a joke, but there is actually one question. Are we playing Mutavault?
yes.
I think that we can easily play Mutavault.
We will take a hit. There'll be a turn 3 where we can't Spectre or something, but
if we can't Spectre and also can't do anything else, that's where we know we've messed up.
Anyway, I have a question for.
Are we going to get a legal deck? Hey!
Gave us legal.
Give us legal, but it wanted 1 plains for Lurrus and 1 island for Night Vale Spectre. Because those help you cast those. Here's one question, actually. What are we for stuff that is good with Lurrus? You got Knight of the Ebon Legion, Dark Confidant, Hex Mage, Gifted Aviorborn, Turok, Kite Self Rebooter, Revoker, if the killer build a ball. You can actually cast the Skyclave if you
Yeah.
So it's going to be a value Lurrus, not really a repeated board state Lurrus.
The best that we have for repetition is
Okay, Vampire Hex Mage can repeatedly do that job. So if we want to board out the Lurrus, we have options if that's not strong enough. Rotting Regisaur just attacks very hard.
Yeah, if racing or damage is what we need, an opponent that's just I can't beat a big body, Regisaur is our bit.
So non-white, non-red. So for a green-blue deck.
Might be fine over Skyclave if we did that, but Skyclave also is a pretty good body.
Yep, it's
alright, yeah.
All our spells look very good. I'm glad we have some uses for the Cabal coffers, but we're not going too nuts over it.
I'm siding this. I'm not maining the Tech Edge.
Yeah, Tech Edge sucks too much to.
Specifically, I don't want multiple.
Ah.
I don't want to go that far. And also, Tech Edge sucks a little bit.
The Worm Coil is in the edge in the sideboard specifically because of a little card in our deck called Dark Confidant.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go that high in a lot of match. I know we have coffers, but when I coffers, I want to be profane commanding, or I want to be
Walking Ballista.
walking ballista. Like so, that's where I want. If I have big mana, I want to go huge. Like Worm Coil is not. So the trick is like coffers on 2 swamps is 2 mana. Coffers on 3 swamps is even. Coffers on 4 swamps, that would be coffers at 4 does put us on 6. So
yeah,
but coffers doesn't like start going over until you actually have like, you know, a set.
we're also going to mulligan some 2-land hands that have swamp coffers in it. And that's just part of the agreement.
It's been a while since I played a deck that looks anything close to this, but I'm pretty excited with this.
Yeah, we saw that Obliterator and thought, nobody ever drafts that deck, right?
Nobody does this.
Yeah, nobody ever actually plays. We might have done it by now. But.
Like the other card I was thinking of was the dragon, which would have been me picking that and then Monastery Mentor, and then trying to go a deck based on that.
Yeah, the which we could have done. I don't know how confident in getting Dragon Rage Chandler Delirious.
Yeah.
Without like Seal of Fire, it's kind of hard. One lander. Are we on the player draw?
We're on the play.
Yeah, this is a mulligan.
Which makes it a mulligan. All right, throw one of the lands down.
Yeah, I can throw away. I think we throw away Swamp so we can get some. We get some Mutavault pokes in, and then if they're playing mono white aggro, we can just slap down the Turok as an immovable object. I think we lead on Swamp.
I think there's too many draws that punish me for not doing this.
Yeah, Night Veil Spectre from Obliterator. Get Gilded Goose.
Okay, that's the
Not
worst.
afraid of Gilded Goose.
Walkie
could just
Beyond
play Ballista
one.
on 1. Yeah, could try that. Just something to do. Then next turn we can ship with the Mutavault if we don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully our Chupacabra will line up into whatever creature they play out. Turok looking pretty good now.
Okay, they can't overdevote the Druid. We can ping it in response, basically.
Yeah, well, then it dies immediately.
They do get a 5 next turn, though.
That should be fine. Because of our Chupi.
Yeah. Want to draw
Swamp.
Heretic Liliana, and then I want to draw
Heretic Liliana
Swamp.
would be really good. Okay, we're done with swamps. I don't want any more.
Fine, I'll take one more.
Okay, we'll take one more swamp. Actually, no, Cabal Coffers. Coffers is at the point where it does something. Coffers lets Mutavault make black mana.
Coffers start. I mean, worst case we draw that. We have a Walking Ballista in play, right? Like.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what their 5 is. I know what worst case is. You know it too.
Thrag Tusk.
Green,
I wonder...
3, and it's a Planeswalker with 7,000 loyalty.
Wow.
Has at least infinite loyalty, and it makes a million 3/3s and makes them tap for 6,000. No, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't. Da 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 da.
No, you don't.
I can kill it. Response.
No, you don't.
Okay.
All right, we got Devoted Druid off the table. I'm pretty happy about that. This is all their ramp.
Yep, they've blown all their mana on this.
So if it is...
If it's Thrag Tusk or...
If it's Nissa,
or Nissa, or oh, it's Mirari's Wake. Okay, makes sense. So they're gonna have 1,000,000 mana forever,
Well,
and then we'll make them discard 2 cards at random and have a pro white card.
see how good it is.
Bam!
Gadwick and Jace.
What? What? They were a secret band deck. Oh, they were going to Gadwick with Mirari's Wake?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we
Okay, they're going to be able to make blue off of Gilded Goose.
at some
Okay.
point in the future, yes. Okay, Blade of Land. They have 8 mana.
And now Gadwick's just Torok is kind of big now. Oh, and Bobby.
Bob.
Ooh, Bobby. I think we play down Bob. Do you want to kill their? No, we don't kill their goose. We're gonna let them flash in their Resto Angel here.
That's fine by me. First line of text after kicker.
Yeah, but it's a new card. They haven't read it.
Yeah, then I'll just Chupacabra or whatever.
Wait, Turok's a 2/1? I thought it was a 1/3.
Oh,
2/1.
2-1.
Okay. Biggest Bob off the top is a 4. We
Yep.
have our 5.
This is
drop.
the only 5 in the deck. The only 4 left is Obliterator, right?
Yeah, I think Obliterator is pretty good. Yeah, opponent being on the play, if they can have their goose on the play, it'll be quite scary. But we're going to see the biggest things their deck has to offer because they have the wake in play, so they have as much mana as they want.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't include the Worm Coil.
The thing they're gonna do with the goose is fix for blue.
Yeah, so they're gonna 2 mana to make 1 mana. They're Mana Silex or whatever.
And then I can Chupacabra like the first real threat they play, right? Like,
Yeah. We stripped them of 2 draw spells, and
Yeah.
actually, what the hell were they flashing back with that Jace? It's usually not a card you just play for.
I think it's more to just get to.
Hmm.
Or they probably have like, I would guess with this deck they have like swords level things that are okay. Okay, here it is.
Here's a blue spell.
An Avenger level threat. X
Avengers
spell.
card would be fairly bad.
Hydroid Krasis.
Progenitor Mimic.
I don't give a shit. There's nothing in
Progenitor,
play.
that's a 1/1. They picked the Turok. They didn't want a Bob.
I'm sorry. This is a 6 mana clone that at the beginning of the upkeep will make a copy of itself and fucking die.
And you picked the legend. Well, you couldn't pick Bob, because if you picked Bob, you would.
I would let that stick.
Yeah,
You got it. You got it, boss.
How many Bobs do you want in your Mirari's Wake deck?
I ain't coming.
Yeah,
But-
do we even care about Turok? We're not going to Chupacabra that, I don't think.
I'm gonna Chupacabra it, I think. I want to push. I want to attack. I just want to get in and kill them.
Okay.
Because they're off blue now again.
Actually, if you wanted to kill them, you could use Profane Command on -X, and lose X life, and then smack for 6. How much damage actually is that? We have 6, so that'd be 4. So we would put them 2/4.
What about Chupacabra activate Mutavault, and then next turn we kill them with Profane Command?
Yeah, and Chupacabra will get Devotion in play for
Yeah, for
Gary as well.
both of those are lethal plays.
So we play our Chupi.
If this Turok wasn't untapped, I wouldn't kill it.
Yeah, but it was they had to go out of their way to play that clone because they had to make a food and then.
Feeling really good about just how our deck ended up positioned in this. This did some fucking work.
The Turok did a lot of heavy.
Gadwick doesn't do anything, but the Jace is actually the one that scares me because it fixes their hand a little too fast.
Granted, we would have been able to just Chupi the Jace and been fine.
Yeah, I guess
so,
maybe the Turok didn't do as well.
was a 4/3 that has beat
Also,
ass and
it's been kicking your ass, right? Like,
yeah, it's like this is a 4-mana 4/3 that they discarded 2 cards. It's good. Okay,
they drew blue.
they draw their Bant deck.
So
They have
here,
their Wake and play. Um, they're passing. They can't Cryptic. What's Bob flip? Coffers.
shadows.
Okay, it didn't flip the Obliterator. That's good.
They died a merchant.
Do we just try to resolve Gray Merchant and then
Yeah,
attack them for lethal when they?
make a food.
Yeah.
They can't cryptic me, so
They surely have something they can do, but it's not Cryptic Command.
they can
They're only
gain
on
3
double blue.
life.
Yeah, they could gain 3 life. But doing so taps their blocker.
Yes. Mystic Snake.
No, not the new Mystic Snake. The one that's white, green, green, blue, blue. Is that in the cube? I don't know. Petty Theft on Chupacabra. Okay, so they're only getting drained for 4.
So they're technically not dead because I can't attack with Dark Confidant here.
We can attack with Torok, then play Shadow Spear.
Yes.
It's a force jump. Shadow Spear grants trample. Alright.
You can't activate the goose here.
Nimble Obstructionist.
Counter target activated or triggered ability. Why didn't you?
No, they're casting it as a 3/1.
Okay.
Oh, they could have countered. They
Yeah.
could have countered the
They
Gray
could have
Merchant.
countered the Gray Merchant.
Well, all right.
Um,
Are we okay with forced trades rather than forced chumps? Yes, we could just play the Shadow Spear. We probably send with the. They're on top decks.
yeah, that's enough to make me push. I also have Chupacabra next turn. Like,
Actually, we have Profane Command next turn.
yes.
So they're like a million dead. They're probably also just dead on board after. No, they can block with Goose next turn and then gain 3 life.
Yeah. And they can make a food right here. This can't do anything.
They can't cast it. And it can't block any of our creatures. Okay, now what did they do?
Alright. By the way, our Bob is now down to 3. There's
Food. Thing is, they're not out of it yet. There are
singular
draws
that are powerful enough to win this.
I don't know if there's draws powerful enough to outright win. There are draws powerful enough to get them back in the game.
Okay, sure. So 5 life is currently outside of the reach of
Questy? Okay, they're dead.
Chupacabra, fear my team, kill you. Like, this is nothing. Or not, did I say Chupacabra? Profane Command.
Yeah, we can Profane Command. Kill that, fear our team, in for 4. Actually, we can just... If we draw a land, we just kill them with Profane Command.
Coffers.
No, they have Goose, so they're actually at 8.
Yeah, so I just go -4 life and then attack for 4 and they die.
Yeah.
So up to X start creature game.
Target player U, up to X. Give their creatures fear just for fun. Nah, we just use our own. Do you want to strict the Goose with fear? Nah. It's a caster spell. Because it's currently 1, 2, 3, and 4. Behold!
This card's incredible.
You can gain 3 life and go to exactly 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which happens to be the amount of power we have. Okay.
Okay, liking Freebooter for cutting off things like Wake.
Yeah, they have some powerful non-creature spells. What else do we got?
Is this a Regisaur world?
They have the only interaction they have for a Regisaur would be um, petty theft.
Yeah, I'm thinking Regisaur is a style I might want in here.
He showed one planeswalker that wouldn't be very good, but they do have one.
Um,
Notably, Regisaur seems to go tail to tail with literally every creature they played. So
that's the reason I wanted in. Is like even when they had up the +1/+1, like Regisaur beat anything that wasn't named Questing Beast they played.
yeah,
Um,
just prepare to have it be upkeep bounced with petty theft when we're hellbent. But
mm-hmm.
if that happens, it happens.
If they get to recoil it, they get to recoil it. That's what happens. Well, what do we want out?
The Lurus would be the same weight class and
Well,
does not have a lot of interaction. Although rebuying Gifted Aetherborn repeatedly can be very appealing. Uh, my Aetherborn can't actually block Questing Beast, so never mind. I don't know. Yeah, it seems good.
yeah, I only play limited on MTGO. You know,
Mhm.
that's all I've really ever done. I've played in a couple constructed events, but never with my own cards. Yes.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
Uh huh.
Gonna actually,
Aggressive as hell too.
yeah, we're gonna be putting a lot of power in play.
I
We're
like
gonna
Hexmage as
go.
a backup. That's so good. All right, hey buddy.
Okay, they got double hierarch. So we get to do some stuff with Bitter Blossom. Now, Bitter Blossom has a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody know what the rule? I bet you do. What's the rule for Bitter Blossom, Jens?
uh, Probably the same as killing it on sight is get the thing down on two.
The biggest rule with
What?
Bitter Blossom is if you're not attacking, you're losing. So we
Yes,
need to.
yes.
So if our opponent can get us into that situation where we repeatedly have to use our Blossom to like jump, then we'll be in a bad way.
Okay.
But Cannon Bonder. Oh, woof. Okay, they're gonna ramp up some
Sure,
that
and
way.
then here's a biggie.
I'm not that afraid of Kinnan. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. Bitter Blossom probably still expensive from being in mini cubes and EDH decks. That's what I would have to guess.
I do not like how aggressive our opponent currently is. We're taking
Well,
5 a turn.
hmm. We can eventually block the Jade Light Ranger with Knight of the Ebon Legion because we gain Death Touch.
Yeah, and that'll trade it. Um, Still probably Bitter Blossom because that card is better to get down as quick as possible.
We can get the Bitter Blossom down. We can also Bitter Blossom defends Liliana better.
Yeah,
Though I was thinking about playing Shade, but Shade's actually a great pitch to
yeah.
Liliana.
That's more what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, Bobble. Here's the problem with Mishra's Bobble. I love that card. I think I would rather have Loris get banned than Mishra's Bobble getting banned. Because Bobble is such a unique effect, whereas Loris is just another repeated board state card, you know?
Kind of want a Liliana and start pushing pressure on their hand, but
Um,
they have 2 cards left in hand right now.
okay, we make a fairy. Walking Ballista. That'll be better as a 2/2.
Yeah,
So, if we play Liliana plus, get rid of one of their cards. We'll have 2 blockers, but one of them will be a chump. They'll both be chumps.
And both be chumps if I wanted, but like they can't attack enough to kill Liliana.
Liliana goes up to 4. They'll attack for. Yeah, I think Liliana goes to 1 if we do that.
Yeah, I think we're fine. The main thing is, like, with this setup, I really want to cut off our opponent's
Yeah, we want to
top
get rid of
end.
their gas. Yeah.
They probably discard the land and keep whatever their non-land card is. Yep.
Okay, that's their white mana, but they have Hierarch.
Mm-hmm. That's for 2 right now as well. If they attacked with Kinnan, I'd double block it.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
So I think they can only attack with not Kinnan. 1 card in hand.
I wonder what we're drawing to, because they're going to start porting us. So Ballista on 2 is not actually something we're doing next turn.
No.
Okay, where's that going? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so then this is... I want Kinnan dead pretty bad. They're 1 mana off of activation, and activation scares me.
So they'll port us. They didn't port us. Want to kill Kinnan and then, like, minus with Liliana?
And you just start tearing apart their resources. Yeah, that sounds fun.
We're not going to be able to cast the Shade.
No, but...
That's fine. We'll draw more lands.
Yeah, and we can kick it on the next one.
Why didn't they port us?
They have an instant. They have an instant.
Is this where they cryptic command us?
No, they have an instant that they want to cast to Liliana. Or
they didn't realize they should port us in our upkeep. Okay. Yeah, I think we just hit OK here and let the...
Yeah, but my brain had to...
Yeah, the gears had to catch up. I know how it goes. When your brain's clutch hasn't fully pressed down yet. Feeling a little... Mm-hmm.
I could just kill Hierarch here.
Hierarch to take them off 2 mana. Save up the... We could activate Ballista in our upkeep.
Yes.
If we also kill the Hierarch, that gives us...
a better edict.
A better edict. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Although we might plus here, honestly.
Yeah, discard Hexmage.
Yeah.
I might hit the Hierarch. I want to know if they respond with an instant.
Yeah, that'll inform our decision. White. Spell Queller. They didn't quell our Walking Ballista.
Okay.
Opponent's playing a little loose, I'm going to say.
Well, I know that I'm edicting now.
Yeah, because... Yeah, we go ahead and edict. They probably throw away the dock hand.
Yeah.
They can't actually kill Liliana. Unless they attack all in, and if that happens, we just double block on Kinnan. And actually, if that happens, what we'll probably do is put Walking Ballista on Jade Light Ranger, Fairy Token on Spell Queller, Knight on Kinnan.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, ping Kinnan after blocks.
That sounds right to me.
Okay. They're just doing that then.
Me.
All at us. Probably just gain 4 life here then, right?
Yeah.
Pressuring our life total here isn't wrong, though, considering we have an active Bitter Blossom.
Mm-hmm. Annoying.
Yeah, eating with the goose, or eating with Liliana don't look that good. Vista.
Okay.
That might be a pitch to Liliana, actually. If we want to actually increase the loyalty.
I think
Or that Night's Whisper.
I might want to cast this Night's Whisper. I realize my life total's a little loose right now, but I kind of want to get something that actually touches the board.
They can Kinnan next turn.
If they draw land, yes.
Well, their goose makes 2 mana, right?
Kinnan 7.
Kinnan is 7. Okay.
Maybe I Edict here then?
That either gets rid of... That lets us get 2 cards out of our Liliana and lets us actually play to the board. They probably get rid of the goose, which isn't great, but that is a Stone Rain.
Yeah.
Looking for a lifelink creature.
We have a number. Okay.
That is a lifelink creature, but it won't stay a lifelink creature for very long. Okay, to plus or to minus? They got rid of the Kinnan. Well, that... Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
Okay.
So we're going to have to pivot pretty soon into killing them.
I know, that's the problem.
Turn target non-legendary creature with X or less. So any creatures on board that would be good to get back? Not really, but it means that... Jace. Okay. That doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Could just block with Liliana.
I'm thinking Liliana and Knight on Jade Light.
Yeah, that seems very reasonable. They can't kill both. If they kill Knight, we get our Walker and we gain our life. If they leave us the Knight, they're just leaving us we can start pivoting into attacking. Okay, they're going to give us the Knight. If we really want the Jace dead, we can just kill it. Yeah, either that or Walking Ballista.
They have nothing to flashback right now.
Yeah, they have no... It would just be a thing that minuses some of our creatures. Okay, so we're going to start attacking this turn. We can kick our Skyclave Shade. Can we do that? That's 3 to kick?
Yes. 3 to kick. So...
We would attack first, just to see what they do. It might be worth to just play the Hex Mage and start growing the Knight.
Yeah.
So if we do that, we're attacking with Mutavault too.
What if I go Knight in alone, pump Knight, Hex Mage?
Play Vista, don't crack it. Wake up Mutavault. Attack with Knight, Walking Ballista, and Mutavault.
And then that won't
And
get
then
them for 4. They'll.
it depends how they block, because we would still be able to activate Night if it's left unblocked, but it would also need
Yeah.
to block Walking Ballista so we can eat one of their creatures.
Well, I couldn't activate Knight if I activated Mutavault and went in and played Skyclave. I would have post combat Skyclave.
Yeah, we would have to we would play post combat depending on what mana we had open, because we could just play Hex Mage as a first striking piker.
Okay, so what about just activate Mutavault attack? Right now.
Yeah, we can do that. Because we play the land, it lets us hold up Ballista and Knight. We're kind of just playing
Okay.
with our food at this point. Do whatever seems right to you.
Yeah. This is too much in the weeds, I think, is what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Creatures attack it.
God, that's not once for.
Nope, it is not. Once gets you its ability. So let's see what they decide to block. Now, do you want to do damage to them, or do you want to kill Gilded Goose? We could kill both their creatures here, actually, if you wanted to.
Yeah. I don't care about killing Jace at the moment.
Yeah. Chase's Canadian threshold.
That's incorrect as hell.
That's very wrong.
That's super wrong. That should have been make a food.
So, what do you want to get off your Vista?
Well, we gotta think on this one.
Yeah.
At the point where I don't hit a coffer's draw.
Yoink. So I only deal 3 to... Actually, wait. It's 4 damage to grow Knight, right?
Yes.
We can ping them.
I want to kill Spellqueller.
Oh yeah, we can kill Spellkiller on the blocks. That's also true.
Yes. That's the threat I want here. And then the Jace flipping is 1 turn of -2 power.
On like 1 creature.
Yeah. And they still have nothing to flashback. Alright. So loot. Turn a land into like Anadork. Sure. There's Jace. Even land draw is like not bad because of Skyclave. And
So if they have to plus on the fairy here. That's not very good for them. If they want to attack, but
yeah.
which they should. They should be attacking.
Yes.
They're not going to beat Bitter Blossom by not attacking.
That's sort of the threat here that they need to deal with. Yep.
Yep. There's the positive play. They have a card in hand. They're off white.
So we do block with Fairy Rogue token anyway.
Yeah, we block because the fairy can't do anything anyways. So there's a -1/1. Okay, people make a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying.
And then we will make plays as needed.
Can't flashback Skyclave right now because we need a land drop for that. Now it'd be okay never drawing a land again.
I'd be fine drawing coffers.
Coffers would be rather good, yeah. So our play on the table as is play Hex Mage. Just attack with our creatures.
Mm-hmm. I'm at Inquisition in there too.
Yeah, just to see what's up. Okay, we drew a land. We are at a point where both lands end. Wow, that's a good
Holy
hit.
shit!
They didn't have a 1 to grab, or they were F6'd. Okay. We kill you. Do we make we kill Jace? Do we make Skyclave Shade as a 3/1 right now? So we can play land, cast it, activate Mutavault.
I think.
Or we probably want to get Knight going, actually.
What if I upgraded Walkie Bee?
Could also upgrade Walking Ballista to a 3. Yeah, that would get us. That's better than activating Knight. Okay, so once again, we are not casting Skyclave Shade. We've just had better things to do with our mana.
Because now I can kill the
Now we can kill
Spellcore without losing Walking Ballista.
Yes.
Which is important to me.
And we're dealing 4 damage. First blood.
Alright.
They're on 4 mana in a big mana deck, facing down a developed board and a Bitter Blossom.
Mm-hmm. If they stay back to block, this is over. Alright, this is over.
They knew it, we knew it.
Yep. Alright. That, like, we have 6. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, we have 6 life left, which is 5 turns of attacking. And on the final turn, I would still get all the Walking Ballista. Or our deck actually has a good number of life gain. Their deck is cool. We caught them making a couple small misplays that we were able to convert. So that worked. You know, they didn't chord in response to go grab just like Hierarch or something. Maybe they didn't have any left, but yeah. I'm happy with how that went. I was scared when they played the turn 2 Jade Light that their aggression was going to be too much because they were attacking for 5 with that every turn. But Bitter Blossom is good at stemming a tide. If you're familiar with the card Force Field, it's not like not Force Field. So, all right, Silver 3343, born in the year 193,343 BC. Who knows? They got their Yargle ready. I see Ebon Legion into Revoker. Revoker's a little awkward here, but I like this. Ooh, their own Shadow Spear. I'm never letting that equip. Or, Nomland, already made for us. Sorry, this is not Pithing Needle. Of all the secret layers, the only one that's truly made me think about it right now is the most recent signets. Because having the really cool looking signets would be pretty rad. Alright, so I'm going to draw Shadow Spear, I think is how this works. Not Mardu Shadow Spear, just the normal one, thank you. Okay. Vendilion Click! Ooh. That's cool. Wow. V-click target myself. Okay. By the way, one of the things you have to be careful of when playing against Vendilion Click, ask who they're targeting. You don't want to show your hand for free. Um... Yeah, that's fine.
Ah, Vendilion Click. Okay. Okay, what do we make here?
Might just be the Luros?
Luros would be a fine play to make, because we can just immediately... It makes them have to play equip now.
Yeah. I can like
Or kill
even
Luros.
I can even like Knight's Whisper into Revoker if I'm
Yeah.
greedy.
Nope, we don't
By
have
the
to
way,
be
by the
greedy.
way, the note of why they conceded here, that V-click targeted themselves.
Yep, they
That
targeted
means their hand is
themselves.
garbage.
Gilded Lotus. Probably off color, I
I'm
would have to
yeah,
guess.
that's I'm guessing off green. I don't know though. This is a weird combination of cards.
That is a very, Shelldock, Shadow Spear, Vendilion Click, Gilded Lotus. You know what?
Shelldock's the one that makes me go, hold on. But yeah,
Well, it's hard to make board decisions here because we don't know as much about. You can kill their Shelldock. That seems fairly easy. Everything else seems fine. They might not be able to kill Regisaur easily.
yeah, we don't know, but yeah, that might be fine too. Sure.
A little pokey, but we can make Ballista on 2 and
Bliston
pretend that's a reasonable play.
Bliston 2 gets more done than you think.
It does. It's a very annoying little man.
Multi 5,
A
huh?
multi 5. Okay. Island go. Sorry, Mutavault. We're not playing you anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. I need that Night Veil Spectre. That's the card I'm most interested in right now.
Search.
That's a good way
Okay.
to help out a mulligan.
Yeah, but it's a very slow way to help out of a mulligan.
It at least is something.
Yeah, it's card selection and then card advantage. But they've spent a card to do nothing.
Right,
So
at the
far.
moment it's nothing. That's gonna take a while to be something. Sure.
Dissolve. I would not have guessed that was even in the cube. Okay. Ballista attacks.
I might even get to do mana denial. Like, tech edge the Escanta.
The Escanta. The Tech Edge was a good include if they also had Escanta. Counterspell.
Yeah,
Ah.
I knew this was getting countered.
I guess we could have jammed Woe Strider.
Yeah, that's probably better. My
This
brain
was
was
this
just
was
like, we're getting countered
oh
here.
Time Blade.
Interesting.
That was the higher upside
Okay.
play. Okay, now we have dueling
All
walking
right.
ballistas.
Who blinks?
No, we're just gonna play Mutavault and Bow Strider. Or it has to be so bad to play this duel, right? Because we have to hold up mana and they don't.
Yeah.
It seems bad to me.
I'm gonna see if I can get my free point.
They get our free damage in.
Okay.
And this ensures we mutually handshake.
Shoot
is
it.
the walking.
Shoot it.
This is
Shoot it. Shoot. Damn it.
all right.
Okay.
That's the walking ballista handshake. It's the handshake that says these 1/1 ballistas cannot do anything. Little did we know, we just gave them delirium.
Ah.
There are ways off threshold, so we can hide the tech edge for now. We should probably eat our goat at instep or something. Okay. That's fine, actually. They target us.
Sure.
Not sure what they could... They might have to take the tech edge, actually.
They can't non-land.
Non-land. Just basics or whatever, but...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They let us keep our hand. They're going to block here.
Probably just kill the Mutavault, because... Oh.
Okay, they're going to kill a Bow Strider. We're not quite... Well, fetch land means we can flash that back next turn.
Yeah.
So we just deploy the Hex Mage.
I'm not even gonna...
Yeah.
Alright.
I forgot we had an escape card in our decks. The fetch lands are doubly good.
Mm-hmm. Shadow Spear down.
Spear down. Richstand Dockhand. They're playing... We didn't need our goat. That's because we were going to fetch. That's why.
Yes.
And we could still draw Sword of Fire. Nice. Well, and that answers every permanent they have. That answers one of the permanents they have.
Yeah. So clearly Tech Edge. Clearly activate Mutavault. Attack for 4.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, I could Choopy them. Just to not have to revoke the Dockhand. Choopy might be better kept for a more impressive creature, though.
Yeah.
So, okay. Can we cast Woe Strider?
I want to leave up Tech Edge here.
Okay.
I need to upkeep Tech Edge them.
Alrighty then.
That's too important for me. But yes. I think we need... Yeah, we could. But...
Yeah, we'll do it next turn. Up we go. So if we revoke her, what are we revoking? Could just play name Rishdan Dockhand.
I think it's named Dockhand. So that they can't port...
Dockhand.
They can't port our Tech Edge.
Yeah, in response.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we'll just attack and they'll block and it'll be...
Same.
Counterspell.
I don't care. Well, I mean, I guess I care because they might.
It just means it means we can... They get to Escanta once, is what it might mean.
Yep.
So they have Threshold, they can flip.
This tech edge is doing some freaking work.
Yeah.
Yep,
Tech
not
Edge
flipping it.
usually sucks. Again, they didn't want to flip it.
I mean, why would they?
Temporal
What?
Mastery. Okay, so they're going to Time Walk.
That's explore, sure.
Hey, it lets them attack.
It does. We take one here. No, they.
Okay, it lets them lets them tap our Tech Edge. So yeah.
All right, round two. One turn with Escanta.
Okay. Ooh, Factory.
The Escanta's still the more.
Yeah.
That's
At
good
least we
though.
can't attack with Hexmage anymore.
This turn we can.
Yeah, because it can't tap itself.
You know.
Okay. They did not tap our Mutavault. They can do it when we activate it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the.
So we just Tech Edge the Escanta and play a Flow Strider, huh?
Yep. Activate in response.
Okay, let's see what they get. Whiff.
It's like mono blue nonsense. So
Yeah, it's just they're playing a weird collection of cards. They're playing
yeah.
multiple Time Walks though.
Yes, that's scary.
Oblivion Stone.
Sure.
They're a ways off of doing anything with that. And we'll have Mutavaults to bounce off each other when we do. And we can flashback Woe Strider later. We do have a thing that cares about creatures, so I think the Ballista is better to pitch than the Luris or Liliana. Which one? Because Luris can bring back the Walking Ballista. Liliana can bring back the Night Veil Spectre.
We're gonna keep both at the moment.
Okay, in goes the Hexmage. We even get to Scry.
Yep.
Because we don't need both goats.
Yeah, I will be end steps crying to make sure I draw and not land.
Is it worth instep Scry bottom if we bottom to upkeep Scry? Or I've been this instep Scry 2 twice. You don't need to do it. I'm just used to scrying in my upkeep. They're the exact same thing.
In this instance, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Again, it's because I played too much Treasure Map in Mono Red. Okay.
Also, don't have to fear anything like Jace.
Yeah, don't care about Jace. Well,
I mean, I have Hexmage in play. Like,
right, Hexmage, right, yeah.
that's the reason. I would fear it if I did not. But
So
I do.
If they Jace bounced our Woe Strider, that would be about the worst thing they could do to us.
That would be -2/-2, and give me a goat.
Yeah. Jace would make a lot of sense in their deck. It's the kind of card you want with Time Walks, especially Temporal Mastery.
Sure.
Yeah, they're going to play the O-Stone.
No.
That's fine.
That means I'm not putting much more into play.
Yeah, we don't need much more.
So there's a 3/3 on blocks.
That's a 3/3 on blocks. Means the Woe Strider can attack, though.
Ooh, I might be able to trick them if I activate Mutavault.
Get them to port the Mutavault.
Yeah.
What else are we doing with our mana? We'll find out here shortly. I mean, at the very least, we have a very easy pitch to that. So yeah,
They have one card left in hand too, and I like
I like that. Well, it's just dies to the Oblivion Stone. So we might not. We might make them use the stone first, then play Lily afterwards.
Yes, that's how I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll activate the Mutavault. See if they'll. See if they shouldn't, because if they port it, they won't be able to wake up their Mutavault and we get to attack for 7. Okay, opponent is not dumb.
All right, they.
They realize that we are just going to attack with Ghost Rider. Oh, they could still. Okay, there we go.
I attack with Hexmage to bait out the factory and then Chupacabra it.
That would be throwing
Chupacabra
Hexmage
into the.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'd be throwing Hexmage away. It would also get them to play the stone. I don't know. I could see the appeal of either one. But the opponent was had the heads up play, so we don't have to wake up to meet a ball anymore. They didn't fall for it once. They're not going to
Yeah.
fall for it again. Yep, it's just Jello. Really, it's got the enchantment Nyx stuff inside its face, and I don't know why. Okay, they're saying they are
Yep.
going to Wrath.
I am using Oblivion Stone next turn.
You got it, coach. We get to Scry 2. Well, Scry 1, Scry 1, which is luckily Factory and Mutavault do, if they're both attacking, it's equal. But the Factory can keep a Mutavault at home forever.
Yeah. Problem is Viva Liliana.
Yeah, if we do we would we throw? Yeah, we're gonna throw Mutavault at the Factory, and then if they wake it up, we'll kill the Factory. We could scry with the goat now.
There's no reason not to. It might improve this draw.
We'll do the Hex Mage at combat because they're gonna pop the stone. They might even instep it.
I don't know if I'd take 5 for it, but they could.
Yeah.
It is an option. Funnily enough, the Hex Mage means they can't fake counter anything.
Coffers. That's a lot of mana, but that's all it is. We don't need mana right now.
Yeah, if we don't have the Ballista, I'll bottom this.
If we had the Luris or the Profane command, that would be more interesting.
Yeah. That's a hell of a post-Wrath.
That's a very good thing to post-Wrath. Okay, let's see if they want to take...
5.
Oh, we can attack with Hex Mage, too. Now we just attack with the Ghost Rider, because that might delay the... We want him to use the Oblivion Stone as fast as possible.
Okay. I just immediately missed the scry.
That's fine.
My brain was like, all right, let it resolve.
That's an incredibly marginal mistake. So we'll play our Bobby, we'll pitch our Swamp. They have gas in their hand. Duplicant, okay, makes sense why they were sandbagging that. And Bobby.
All right. Dark Confidant means Liliana's very strong because we get, multi-draw.
Mm-hmm. We're going to make the very stupid play of running Mutavault into Factory so that we can kill it with Chupacabra. Because we're going to be plussing our Liliana anyways.
They could be aggressive and hit the Liliana.
They could. They could poke the Lily. That does... Okay, Whirler Rogue. That's pretty good against Liliana.
Yeah, it does a job.
But means that we can Choopy with impunity.
Yeah.
And attack with Mutavault.
Yes.
What's their last card in hand? I guess we'll find out here shortly. Suspend is about the only trick it could be. Ooh.
Don't hate these. I'd probably just discard Freebooter.
Yeah. We're working our way back up to Low Strider. Pull from Tomorrow is a good one. Okie doke. In with Mutavault.
I'm willing to take the trade.
I would take that trade too. Because the Chupacabra does a pretty good job checking the factory. So they're a mono blue artifacts time walk
Yeah.
deck.
They're also top decking with 13 non-lands in grave.
Yeah, so they just played a land.
So, yeah. You can guess their draws for the next 3 turns. It's not hard.
So take 1 to keep Bob back. That's got to be a Liliana, right? Yeah. So let's see what we flip off Bobby. You want to find? I would like to find Sword of Fire and Ice.
Mm-hmm. I'd accept finding Grey Merchant of Asphodel these days. Yo.
Biddy. Okay.
Do I just edict them here?
We have enough mana to. Okay,
Do
if we
everything.
go Swamp.
Swamp, Bitter Blossom, Liliana is everything, and I still have Mutavault activation.
Yeah, so we could just. Do you want to edict them or?
I kind of want to edict them at this point.
Yeah, it's a difference of 1 loyalty, all things together. They can make sure Liliana dies by activating his sacking Mutavault.
I would love that.
Okay. Now here's a question. When we play Liliana, no, we can attack with Mutavault with impunity. And if they block and kill the Mutavault, we get a 2/2 forever and flip Liliana.
Yes.
So we attack with impunity. Yeah, it starts with 3 loyalty, so we would plus and then get Nightveil Spectre next turn.
Yeah.
Or you would just kill it to get Nightveil Spectre.
Put troops in.
If we're attacking with Mutavault, we might as well attack with the other 2/2s.
Yeah.
Hell, I could even see attacking with Bob, but
That's a
I
little
would
too
rather
much
not.
to me.
Yeah. In with the square creatures. Leave the crooked ones at home.
I think Bob can start attacking next turn.
Yeah, Bobby will attack next turn. So they think, aha, you are throwing your man land at mine.
Hmm.
Interesting choice. I don't agree with that.
Obvious move.
Liliana goes up to 5 loyalty.
Yes.
They can attack it down to 4. So we could just get Chupacabra if we wanted it. Tempest Djinn. That's pretty well checked by Bitter Blossom.
Yep. 4 toughness, though.
They should attack Liliana of the Veil. Or not, they should attack Heretic Healer. Okay, they've made a mistake.
Yeah,
They're going to pay for their mistakes now because we're going to resurrect Chupacabra to kill Tempest Djinn.
Yeah.
And then Fairy Rogue can block Thopter.
All right, let's lose a bunch of life.
Okay. Gray Merchant would actually gain more life than it would. 2, 3. No, it would 5. Yeah, it would gain 1 life. Gray Merchant would. Swamp would gain or cost 0 life, so it's fine. You
All
still
right.
have a play. So yeah, B plus. So we minus Liliana, Defiant Necromancer, pick up Chupacabra, kill Tempest Gen, wake up Mutavault, attack for 6. Why did they kill our Chupacabra?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
They even saw the Liliana in play. Yeah, we can also play Woe Strider here. The Hex Mage is a little more reasonable to get off of Liliana. Walking Ballista is a little better to get off of Luris. So we just defer to the decision again. Okay. We can just not attack with Bob if we don't want it to die. We can kill it at whim now.
Yeah, now I don't care. Like, Bob will just... All right, what's your top deck? God!
Urza, High Lord Artifact.
They are...
That
rolling
explains all
decent.
the artifacts.
Yeah.
That explains the Gilded Lotus now.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a 2/2. They can turn into a 3/3. Suspicious Factory becomes an artifact creature. And Bitter Blossom starting to look pretty cool. Let's grab with the goat. We can stack our Bob this way. Okay. Show us what you got, Bobby. That's not bad.
No.
Okay.
All right. Shadow Spear on Woe Strider.
We have 6 mana.
They have artifacts,
Yeah,
so...
Shadow Spear on Rose Strider, get in. Yeah. We can pitch the Skyclave Shade. We probably just edict them with this Liliana, and we can decide if we want to plus with that one or not.
You know, I plus to get Shade up.
Yeah. Plus to get the loyalty up, because Ninefield
Yeah.
Spectre carries the sword very well, too.
Edicting them here is nice.
Because even if they just get rid of Thopter, that shrinks the construct.
Yeah.
It gets rid of a mana, it gets rid of an artifact, it gets rid of a flyer. And I think Bob's time has come.
Yeah, Bob's getting into the fight. Anyway.
Full court press time.
Mm-hmm. Push.
Well, we might. We leave Fairy Rogues back.
Our opponent has 7 life.
True. You know what? When you're right, you're right.
Like, we are pushing. How's it going? We're having a good one. Mono black v mono white.
Or on a blue.
Sorry, yeah.
I can't believe you've made such a mistake.
I can't believe I've done this.
Oh, they get to kill Bob, which means we get to just scry.
Uh-huh.
We trample over for
This card has
lethal.
trample.
Yeah, Shadow Spear grants trample. A noted white keyword from a white planeswalker's spear, granting trample.
Give me that.
Kill him!
Die!
Yay! Okay, Mono Black getting it done.
This deck is
That game did hinge rather heavily upon a mistake that our opponent made, but even if they had not made that mistake, their Tempest Djinn would not have affected the board that much.
Bitter Blossom answers it, and we like pretty quickly overwhelm the Jin.
We pretty quickly over, especially when we drew the Sword of Fire and Ice. Like if the Shadow Spear wouldn't have done it, then the sword would have at that point. But the Liliana on the table, they should have got rid of our man land. It choked our mana. It got rid of the thing. Hmm.
I think I'm in.
I think this is a keep. Yes.
It's weird.
It is weird. And we're not playing on Arena, so we're not going to get priority every time we have a mana open.
The speedrun killer right here.
Yes, one of the many reasons Mono White has speedrun problems in Cube. Can we play Mutavault? This isn't shaping up to be a Coffer's hand right now. We might want to. We don't want to attack next turn, but the Coffers will be good later.
Okay. Yeah, coffers will pay off. That's what it's there for. And they have their 2 if they need it.
Yeah, so they probably going to make a 1/1. Yep. We will make a 2/3 lifelink. Okay, Coffers has suddenly got more appealing.
Yeah, coffers has gone up in stock. Right now, coffers is neutral in this hand.
Uh-huh.
Can we have an opponent play on our board? O-ring. Spectral.
Spectral Precision. Okay. If we do that, then play equip the... Actually, Coffers will make mana next turn.
No, coffers is mono neutral still. 3 lands in, 3 lands out.
Yeah.
Because Mutavault is not a swamp. It is not a swamp. This could be like sword and then equip sphere. Because if we have trample on Liliana, we can just trample over with the sword activation.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I wasn't saying Coffers goes up on mana, but it does. It no longer costs mana. Is what I'm saying. Like.
Yeah.
We've reached the point of equilibrium.
Yes. Yeah.
Which means it's a land that taps for mana.
Rather than a
land that eats a mana, which it's like Signet Math, you know?
Hoping they don't have an answer to Liliana here.
They have more 1/1s.
Am I go kill that?
Do we want to kill that?
Wow, I'm taking a billion fucking damage here.
We're in a pickle. Ozzy's in a pickle. Because if we can kill her. We won't get a sword trigger if we do that.
I think I go sword equip, kill Elspeth, Luris, so that we have a little bit more of a board.
Yeah, well, we have more lifelink. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Do that. Make 3 mana. Where's in? If they attack with their boaster, do we take the trade on Luris?
I don't think so, because the boaster is like the first sword target right now.
Yeah,
If they anthem, I would.
It would get rid of both of our creatures. It would get rid of one of our creatures. We would only have one creature, not two. Okay. Both our creatures just natively have lifelink. They're attacking for 5. We're going to crack back for 7, 8 with lifelink.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oblivion Ring.
Sword?
They kind of have to take the sword here. Yeah. So that means we put the spear on Luris.
Yeah, spear on Luris. Luris in...
Could Chupacabra their boaster.
That might be worth it at this... Actually, maybe I just...
Flyer.
Yeah. I think I have to with that.
Okay. We're going to gain 4. And just ensure the life we gain, because we're going to have a 2-2.
And this is going to be dead, right? So...
I mean, is it?
I mean, I'm killing that
we're going
with...
to chup it? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to chup it.
Six. We have total swing. We might be in the very curious circumstance where we are profane commanding a 1/1 flyer at some point.
I'm profane commanding to get troop back.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Their best play is land
Hero Blade Hold or something.
Immortal Sun. Okay, that's...
Blood Goat. That's a pretty good one.
That one probably just gets the profane on it.
That probably gets the profane command.
Are they dead? Hold on.
They have to be if we draw a swamp.
Pretty sure that I have 8. Yeah, hold on. Let's ask the time-honored question.
Okay, we have
4, 5, 6, 7 mana.
7, so we profane them for 5. Give our guy Sphere. We attack for 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 5 is 14.
That's not what 8 plus 5 is.
That's not what 8 plus... That's 6 plus... I was off by 1, wasn't I?
Yes.
God damn it. No! Ah, my old curse.
If I activate Mutavault, that's -2 mana from +2 power, so it doesn't change anything.
I mean, do we like put them to low? Does that do anything?
I could revoke Cloud Goat if I really wanted to just
That would just
sit
prevent us
on
from
it.
being attacked in the air.
That doesn't do a lot. I think I want to be proactive here.
Could just kill Cloud Goat and deal a bunch of damage to them. With an attack with a trampling lifelinker.
Yeah, I'd attack with Luris and see if Liliana gets to flip.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I care about Liliana flipping. It's funny here.
Yeah. So
What if I move the spear to... If I remove the spear to Chupacabra, I only have 6... No, I don't have 6 mana. I have 5 mana then. Damn, I wanted that land draw.
That's enough to kill Goat, though.
It's not enough to kill Goat and bring back Chupacabra.
We could just hang. If we hang, we're taking 7.
Yeah.
That O-ring was very good for them.
Yes.
Oh. That makes me feel better about hanging. We could revoke the goat now. They didn't want to. That was so weird. They didn't want to trade their lures for some tokens. I guess they can't trade with Kithkin, and they can't jump the goat without specifically Kithkin.
Okay.
Okay. We're ahead on life and have a fireball in hand. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
As long as I don't die here.
Yeah, they can. Okay, they have their own sword.
That kills one of our things.
It kills one of our things, but also it flips our Liliana. Which they have to go kill Liliana if they. No, they can't kill Liliana
Yeah,
because of the timing.
Timing.
So this only kills a creature. We probably
2.
kill Luris here.
Yeah, so...
Well, we get a zombie, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Play a card, please. I need you tapped out.
Would rather like you to be tapped out.
Perfect.
You know what? That works too.
That's all I care about.
So now we fireball them and attack them with fear.
Love this mode.
Okay, let me make sure they're dead really quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How much mana do we have?
Our fireball is for 5.
We're fine. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got room to spare. At least 3. Can't be less than 3. Volcano blowout. It's volcano blowout.
Love this mode.
Probably one of the most cast profane command. I'm more, as far as black X spells go, I'm more of a Black Sun Zenith's guy, but I do love me a profane command.
Nah, I get you.
So Turok is very good. I'm wondering about.
I don't like Worm Coil against an O-Ring deck.
It is very good against everything they have except O-Ring.
Yeah,
You're right.
but yeah, Profane Command's one of my favorite. Is my favorite Black X spell. I used it with Eternal Witness looping.
Yes.
I remember doing that.
How many times do you want to cast Fireball?
Yeah, look.
So Revoker's good. Hexmage is pretty good. All of our stuff seems to line up pretty well against them. Here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything that's bad? I think they would have trouble beating Whip of Erebos. But it would have to be a pretty bad card for Whip to be better than.
So I'm looking at either Skyclave Shade or... That's about it, honestly.
Yeah, Shade's not that bad against them either.
No.
Especially if you kick it and then suddenly their tokens are pretty bad at it.
Give it a shot.
The whip might be too slow, but just giving our guys lifelink changes the combat math immensely.
We won that last one because we had that ability.
Okay, this is... If we draw a swamp, we're playing Phyrexian Obliterator. We have to draw a swamp.
We have to draw a couple swamps.
Yeah.
I think the only command that isn't, well, right on time.
Let's play the Hexmage. It'll block extremely well.
I think the only...
Incendiary command.
Yeah.
That's the one you probably can't tell me what does, chat.
Yeah. Because Primal is quite good. And Austere is like an EDH All-Star.
Austere is an EDH All-Star. One of them is called Cryptic Command, which is...
Fuck.
It's fine. We just have to kill it with a colorless creature. It's fine.
I got a chump blocker ready.
Yeah, we got a chump goat. We might save the goat until they play their Sword of Fire and Ice.
Assume the red one does damage. Deal 3, no. Does damage,
Incendiary,
yes.
Incendiary Command is 5 mana. 4 to a player, 2 to each creature. Winds of
Non-basic.
Change, and destroy target non-basic land. Okay. It being Winds of Change. One of the reasons Incendiary Command sucks is because of Wild Ricochet, which famously, the 2 modes on the play tested Incendiary Command were the 2 modes on Wild Ricochet, and they're just casting them together so much they just made it its own card. Another EDH All Star, Wild Ricochet. Swamp off the top rope. Oh god, figure this.
Ooh, we are.
We're in some trouble.
You know, I actually think Liliana the Veil's the worst card in our deck here. But I need to keep it for answering shit like that.
Oh, we could whip and like attack.
God, that might be real.
Yes, other things fly. Okay, weird sideboard cards versus not really. The Mirren Crusader is probably just a card in their deck. Just happens to be extremely good against us.
Yeah, that's not a sideboard card. That's just a card.
So you want to kill a Thraben Inspector or kill a flyer? We don't mind putting cards in our graveyard because if they play a Planeswalker, we can whip back the Hex Mage, or we can just fill up our graveyard for Roast Rider.
Yep.
And if we do find a black source, oh god,
Holy fuck.
the combat math has changed.
I sure am glad I didn't Liliana. This card's leaving my deck.
Yeah, we're boarding out Liliana. So now we block you. Now about our only hope is to find a swamp for the Obliterator.
That's not enough. They kill us with evasion next turn. We need...
I don't know what we need. Chupacabra?
Chupacabra? I would take Chupacabra.
Chupi would be pretty good. Feeling our lack of spot removal. Yeah, that's GG. Just see what it could be. Well...
Too late, but that is one of our answers. Okay.
Okay, Liliana is very bad.
Alright, Liliana, get the hell out of here. That's a really good way to lose this game is... Liliana, no. Wormcoil or Shade? Or actually...
Running Regisaur, I have a bad suggestion.
What do you want? What are you thinking?
Find Finality. We play a forest. And our green-black land. That's really bad, though. That has to be terrible, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is bad, yeah.
Then don't do it. Don't do it if it's bad.
It's too late.
I have a thing where my brain just comes up with all of the possible routes before it decides on one. You know this. You've seen me do this much.
It's too late. We've already added Find Finality.
No. Huh.
Ah, here it is. It's the coffers.
It is what I had said. This is a hand that. Okay, this is fine.
That was a
Or
hand
is
that
it?
lose. That was a one lander. That
That was a one lander, yeah. So we're gonna be leaning on Bob here. We hope they have a slower start. If we can stabilize, these particular cards are very good against them.
yes. We'll obviously know one, but I don't think this opponent can do that.
If they were going to play a one drop, that's the one I wanted them to play.
Not
That's
figure.
yeah, it's not figure, not booster, just a Norwood Ranger, you know?
Can we journey to nowhere? Is that possible?
Path to Exile has to be. If they path us, they'll do it on our turn, but I wouldn't hate being pathed right now.
Especially like what you path a Bob.
Yeah. Well, I would path a Bob. You kidding me? Want to take some extra damage? Take damage to take damage.
To take damage.
You have to name a card, sadly. You can't name Clue. Blessed Alliance. Sure. Play a creature worth
Fucking hell.
Well, they did, but...
Yeah, but it's not something we can do anything about.
You're going to gain a bunch of life. And we can make a bunch of mana next turn? How much mana do we make extra enough coffers?
6.
So we can squeeze in the Knight before the Grey Merchant. So we can play Chupacabra now just to kill their guy. That's not very good. Could play Knight plus Revoker. Naming Sword of Fire and Ice, probably.
Mm-hmm. Alright, this is where they show us sort of Feast and Famine, right?
Yeah, if they have Sword of Feast and Famine, we were never winning anyways. So we need, if we draw Walking Ballista, we are gravy. If we don't, we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yes. That card alone is just our deck, right? That's the danger of the mono black.
That's the danger of being monocolored, is there are swords in the cube, yeah. Okay, Selfless Spirit. That's the creature we're going to target with Ravenous Chupacabra. Well, now Mirren Crusader's invincible.
Yeah.
Unless we have an answer. And that's part 1.
Okay.
Okay. So we Chupacabra. We target the Giver of Runes to force them to sack the Selfless Spirit.
I will give them that, move.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to gain 5 life next turn. They're just playing Jack. Okay. Off the top rope. Find finality.
You know, you love it. Okay, that's actually good. Can I play... No, I have 7 mana this turn.
So we probably play Grey Merchant, right?
No, I have 8 mana this turn.
That would let us play something and then maybe hold up Night activation on their turn.
I could play Grey Merchant and leave up Night activation.
That might prevent the Hero of Bladehold from attacking. Although they would have to activate Giver on Hero. But what's probably happening is Provoker's probably chumping this turn. Oh, it's only 6 damage from the... We kind of want Ravenous Chupacabra to die.
I want Chupacabra to die also.
Yep.
I'd be fine with Grey Merchant dying as well.
Not that way.
That's not it.
Well, it's a card. This is one card closer to find finality.
Yeah.
So do we just throw Choopy under Hero to make sure it dies?
Or I
Doesn't
can,
do anything if the giver's on. Yeah, if we want the giver to tap, we have to block uh, with Knight. They stacked the triggers correctly.
yeah. Um, thinking here if I want to chump block the Mirren Crusader or not. There's no point in trying to kill this. They have Giver, right?
It depends. If we want to whip back the Choopy, we have to get the giver tapped, which would mean just blocking with Knight and activating.
But then the Chupacabra is not dead.
We can block a soldier with the Chupacabra.
Ooh. Thinking. Um.
Yeah, chump there, trade there, force the tap on giver there.
Okay.
Okay. Find finality off the top rope would be incredibly funny because it would win us the game on the spot.
Ooh, Nelly.
Okay. How big can we make this ballista?
4.
So we can kill Giver and Mirren Crusader, and then we're just facing down a Hero Blade hold with a Knight of the Ebon Legion in play.
Yeah, but it gets to attack immediately, and I have no.
You can kill the Giver now, block the hero, and then kill the Mirren Crusader then. Save us a little bit of life. Then we can start whipping things back.
Okay.
Well, the really Choopy's the only thing to whip back right now.
Still.
We make Choopy, we make a ballista as big as we can.
The alternate is to try to draw the card here, but.
This is a stabilizing play that doesn't involve on taking a 1 in 24 shot.
That's why I'm doing it instead.
So we have to kill the Giver of Runes now. Ways in which Giver of Runes is better than Mother of Runes. Knight can block a soldier.
We'll take 6. Mm-hmm.
Okay, draw a card. Okay.
Land Sword is a very good play out of them.
That would be the best play they have. But we're going to, like, we know that Hero is not long for this world. Oh, that's a dismember on. Okay, that's pretty bad. Well, yeah.
That resolves.
Okay, we make it the block there. We kill Mirror Crusader. Take 6.
8.
8. We take 8. That means whipping back Chupacabra isn't enough, right?
No, we need to have fine finality.
Well, at least we have outs.
Sure.
Now let's see what they were working with. We gotta do our quests to make them discard cards. Man, when do we draw Turok? Okay. So we're dead.
Oh, yeah.
It's very funny that our one out was the very stupid inclusion.
Yes. Because we're not a control deck, but according to,
according to the law of combat,
we are not the beatdown.
We were not the beatdown because we didn't draw Phyrexian Obliterator. Which they've been attacking us when we had a Phyrexian Obliterator in play. Man, oh man. Are they going to stack these triggers right? No. Why didn't you do it right, opponent?
I'm getting the freebie.
Cat first.
Get the freebie. Are you ready?
How much damage are we taking? Everybody at home?
Got him.
Okay.
Just,
okay. How many cards?
How many? Oh, how far down is it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
They're dead to that. Their lifetime is 11.
5, 6.
Bottom card.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Come on,
13,
bottom card.
14.
Wasn't bottom card.
So we would have, if we activated Grizzlebrand twice, we would have drawn it.
This ruled. This deck was sweet.
This deck was far better than its contemporaries usually are. That last matchup, if we drawn that card, we definitely found our lack of spot removal there at the end.
And also even our not lack of spot removal of just hi, my name is Mirror Crusader.
Yeah, Mirror Crusader did quite the number on us because we did not draw our Balking Ballista until it was too late. We did have outs to it, which is always good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Modern Cube. Fun time.
We did things with coffers, with Cabal coffers. How often does that happen?
That's... Oh, God, is Urborg in
here? Without an Urborg. Urborg has to be there.
Urborg has to be in here.
Full card list.
Search. Yeah.
Urborg. There's no Urborg.
Weird. I mean, coffers...
They didn't put Yavimaya in it either, so they didn't even put the green Urborg.
That one's less.
Yeah, but it's a new card. They always do that.
True.
Jam in the new card.
All right. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you, Gnomebitten, for jumping on.
I'm Gnomebitten.
Yeah, so you want to catch more, always follow. Sooner you're live. Subscribe to the Cool Skulls, Slimes, Cubes, Eggs.
My egg.
Anyway, tomorrow is Slay the Spire. Thursday is FF8. That's the new schedule.
It's the new schedule.
So if you want to watch FF8 where we do some fighting monsters and then do cards a bunch because that's just how the game goes, that's Thursday, not Wednesday. Anyway, so thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.